Once a paragon of strength and honor on Yautja Prime, the Predator's life was irrevocably shattered by a single, fateful act, a transgression so grave that it violated the sacred Yautja honor code. The exact nature of his crime remained unknown to all but a select few, cloaked in secrecy, but the punishment was absolute. Stripped of his status, dishonored and exiled, the once proud warrior was banished to the outermost reaches of the universe. His identity, once intertwined with glory and legacy, was reduced to nothing more than a memory as he was cast out, his name erased from the records of his clan. Now alone, with no allies, no purpose, and the crushing weight of dishonor, the Predator wandered the vast and unforgiving void of space. Each passing moment became a test of his resilience, but survival felt hollow without the code that had once defined him. His existence became a blur, drifting from planet to planet in search of meaning, haunted by the specter of his lost honor. Every new world offered challenges, hostile creatures, treacherous landscapes, but no matter how fierce the battles, none could fill the void left by his exile. As time passed, the reality of his disgrace gnawed at him. No longer did he hunt for trophies or glory. His hunts became an exercise in survival, but his true prey was a sense of belonging, of purpose, something to quiet the storm within. The exile tested his every instinct, but without honor, his victories felt meaningless. It seemed his life would be nothing more than a slow descent into oblivion. That was until he found Earth. In the vastness of space, the exiled Predator's ship stumbled upon an uncharted archipelago deep in the Pacific Ocean, hidden from the eyes of humanity. These islands were wild, untouched by modern civilization, and alive with the raw, primal energy that spoke to something deep within him. Remote and isolated, the islands held the promise of new prey, but as he set foot on the unfamiliar land, he realized that this place was different. Here there were no advanced technologies or modern weapons, just the raw strength and cunning of warriors who lived in harmony with the land. The Predator could sense the honor that flowed through the veins of these people, their battle-hardened spirits shaped by a long history of survival. These warriors, descendants of ancient tribes, commanded respect not through technological superiority, but through sheer will and prowess. The exile saw in them a reflection of the code he had once followed, a reminder of the principles he had lost. The islands, teeming with life, rich in tradition, and full of hidden dangers, became more than just a new hunting ground. They became his sanctuary, a place where he could once again test his skills, rediscover the honor he had forsaken, and perhaps find redemption. The Predator began his hunt not as a conqueror, but as a student. He watched these warriors engage in their own battles, both against nature and against each other. They had their own customs, their own ways of measuring strength and courage. His respect for them grew with each encounter, but so did his yearning to test himself against them. His first encounter came on a night when the island was bathed in the soft glow of the moon. A group of warriors, adorned in ceremonial paint, set out to challenge what they believed was a demon haunting their land. Little did they know the demon was watching. The Predator, cloaked in invisibility, silently followed their movements. These men were not just hunting animals, they were hunting something greater, something they did not understand. They were hunting him. The Predator's patience was endless as he observed their tactics, admiring their bravery. When the time came, he allowed them to catch a glimpse of him, a shimmer in the air, a faint outline against the moonlight. The warriors attacked without hesitation, their strikes swift and precise. But the Predator, faster and stronger, danced through their defenses, sparing them out of respect. He could have killed them in an instant, but he let them live, retreating into the shadows. This was not a hunt for trophies. This was something more, a test of honor for both himself and them. Days turned into weeks, and the Predator's bond with the land deepened. He began crafting his new armor, not from the high-tech materials of Yautja Prime, but from the bones and wood of the island itself. Every piece of his armor was meticulously carved with tribal motifs, a tribute to the warriors he now respected. His tri-bladed wrist blades, once symbols of his advanced alien technology, were adorned with the bones of animals he had hunted, and his helmet, the iconic biomask, was etched with the patterns of the Pacific Islanders. This armor was not just protection, it was a symbol of his transformation. He was no longer a mere hunter. He was becoming a guardian of this land, a silent protector who defended its people from the shadows. But even as he grew stronger in his new environment, the exiled predator wrestled with his inner turmoil. His exile weighed heavily on him. The Yautja honor code, once his guiding light, was now a chain that kept him bound to the past. Could he ever return to Yautja Prime? Did he even want to? These questions haunted him, but the island gave him no time to dwell. His hunts became more frequent, and the challenges more severe. He faced off against ferocious animals, natural disasters, and even other humans who sought to exploit the land. Each battle was a reminder of his purpose, a warrior's duty to protect the weak, to uphold honor, even if it could not restore his place among his people. One of the Predator's most iconic weapons was his hook, a tool he had crafted from the remains of a ceremonial spear he found in an abandoned village. This hook became more than a weapon, it was a symbol of his connection to the island's people. With it, he scaled cliffs, fished in the deep seas, and snared dangerous prey that would have otherwise overwhelmed him. But it was also a brutal instrument of war, capable of pulling enemies from their positions, disarming them, and ending their lives with a swift strike. The exile's ultimate test came when invaders, mercenaries armed with modern technology, arrived on the islands, seeking to exploit its resources. They brought guns, machines, and destruction, threatening the land and the people the Predator had come to respect. The islanders were no match for this new threat, and the Predator knew it. It was time to reveal himself. In a final confrontation, the exiled Predator emerged from the shadows, launching an all-out assault on the invaders. His cloak allowed him to strike undetected, his plasmacaster firing bolts of energy that cut through the night sky like lightning. But it was his hook, his most personal weapon, that became the tool of justice. He used it to disable the invaders' technology, pulling weapons from their hands and leaving them defenseless against the islanders' counterattack. The battle was fierce, but the Predator's superior tactics, combined with the islanders' resilience, drove the invaders off the land. And when the battle was over, the Predator stood among the warriors, not as an outsider, but as one of them. In the aftermath, the exiled Predator stood amid the carnage, breathing in the damp, humid air. The echoes of battle faded, leaving only the sounds of the jungle, alive and untamed, much like himself. He realized then that he had found something far greater than any trophy or conquest, something he thought he would never feel again: redemption. The burden of his past, though never fully lifted, had lightened. Though he would never return to Yautja Prime or reclaim his former status, he had discovered a new purpose, a new clan. Even if the islanders remained oblivious to his true origins, they honored him in their own way, offering silent gratitude for his unseen protection. They believed in spirits, and in him, they saw a force beyond comprehension, a silent guardian who kept the balance of life and death in check.